Do we come from monkeys? Are they really our closest relatives? Well, regardless of your beliefs, we do know we're all related by living on the same planet, right? The African queen once said, "Nature is what we are put on this world to rise above." And I kind of believe that quote to mean that it's not exactly, we are not evolving anymore. As human beings, I mean, we are what we are, and we evolve our world around us. We're not animals, you know. We make our own choices. And I want to relate this to 3 different topics. One is we make our own choices, and we're not governed by our instincts. And number 2 is we build our world around us. We build our houses and our cities, and it's a way that we evolve ourselves. And then number 3 is since our evolution has stopped, there's only one real logical step for humanity to survive. And for the first part about making our own choices, we have the same instincts. We have those same reptilian instincts that we had from when we crawled out of the sludge, but we're past that. You know, we're still affected by them, but we make our own choices. We can choose not to follow those instincts, and that's really what separates us from the animals, is our higher thought can overcome those instincts. And I think that is a very important aspect of what being a human is all about. And then on to my second point is we build cities and houses. You know, millennia ago, if climate got cold in a certain area, well, the animals with less hair would die, so the animals with more hair would survive. So the following generation of animals would be the hairier ones, right? So then as the climate changed, the animals got hairier and hairier. Where we don't evolve, we build houses around us. We build our own air conditioners, we have our own heaters, and that is, and it has stopped our evolution. You know, we don't evolve to our nature anymore. We have used our mental ability to actually stop our own evolution and to evolve our surroundings instead of evolving our bodies. And third, my topic is our evolution has stopped. Because of this intelligent design, we have stopped our own human evolution. However, humans must evolve to survive. There has to be change. Without change, something dies. You know, that has been proven time after time in fossils throughout history. And we're on a brave new frontier, you know, and people are trying to hold us back. But we have the ability now to understand the very makeup of a human being, our genetic code. And we can change that genetic code. We can make ourselves smarter, faster, stronger, more intelligent. We can do these things. Yet there's this part of society that wants to hold that back. There's this like integral part that says, no, we can't study that, you know. And I'm not going to say there's any group in particular, but I mean, sometimes I think that we could understand that we must change and we must explore all new possibilities. I mean, that is the whole point of evolving, is that we have reached this point of apex. You know what I'm saying? And so, in conclusion, nature is what we are put on this world to rise above, and I completely agree with that quote. And I related that to how we build our houses and our cities, how we don't act upon our instincts anymore, how we can rise above that, and how there's another step, another genetic evolution that can happen. And I hope you guys enjoyed my speech. Thank you.
When do we turn our evaluation?
After you watch the tape and fill out the second half. All right, Andrew, I like the rhetorical question that you start with. There's a nice idea of what the topic is. Your interpretation's a little bit different, but I think it's valid there. You lay out the supporting structure pretty clearly. I do think that you kind of dive into some of that supporting structure. You need a little bit more context and explanation as you're getting into it. So it's not as clearly developed as it could be, especially on that first point. I think it was clear on the second and the third point. That seems to be a trend with 2 or 3 of the speeches that we've heard, that it takes people a while to get into the speech, and once they get going, they're a little bit more thorough about their explanations. On your presentation, there's a lot of variety in your voice. I thought there was good energy. Everything's flowing together pretty smoothly. You have some good gestures and indicators, but sometimes they are a little repetitive, so try and be careful about that. Your facial expressions, you actually look like you were pretty involved and passionate about the subject sometimes. I thought your eye contact was very well distributed. Your body movement, there's a lot of swaying and shifting. That's where all your energy is coming out in the way, yeah. That's where the nervousness comes out in. And it's not too obvious, because it's mostly in, you know, the swaying sort of thing. If you can just get a little control over that, I think you'll feel better. I thought you had a nice summary at the end of the speech, and generally you came back to the quote and reminded us what the point was that you were trying to make, which is exactly what you ought to be doing. Thank you.